wants it the most. Blessings on blessings and blessings are on the line. That's on my mind, committed my time. Words of eternal life, that's Jesus.
Yo, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Envy.
And Jay.
Today's topic, man. Huge shout out. We shouting them out?
Giving names?
Yeah.
Ruth Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, a huge shout out to Ruth Nightmare. She reached out to us and told us she wanted a subject to talk about, and it's dating someone with kids. And I can touch on this subject because I just so happen to have stepkids. Fortunate enough for me, my stepkids, I have two of them. I met them when they were young. Brandon, which is the oldest out of my stepkids, he was maybe like 2 years old, and Jacob, he wasn't even walking yet. So their whole life they've always seen me in the picture. So I was fortunate enough where I saw them grow up and everything. I've always been in the picture. As a matter of fact, when I proposed to my wife, I asked for their permission and they didn't even know that we weren't married. So that just goes to show that they've always seen me in their life. And me walking into that, I already had a kid. I will tell you this, before I had my first kid, I never wanted to date a girl with that I guess already had a family, started her family. I wanted to start the family with my girl. So back in the day, no, I didn't date any girls. It was I'm not gonna say a turn off, but I did kind of turn the other way when they told me they had a kid.
It was more like a red flag.
Yeah, like, and I'm not saying you shouldn't date girls with kids, because like I said, I married one, but I do think it was a lot harder for me when I didn't have a kid, because I wanted to start my family with that girl, and I didn't want to, back in the day, I mean, you hear about the baby daddies, and man, I didn't want to walk into all those kind of problems. Now, well, obviously, it was easier for me, especially when I had a kid, because I have a kid. How am I not going to accept a girl with the kid? And I know what to expect with a kid.
Yeah, my point of view is, I guess, opposite, because I don't have to deal with that. So I don't want to deal with it, and I don't want to co-parent. And I think it takes a lot just to really, I guess, raise the kid. I don't want to have to deal with another guy's point of view on how he thinks I should do things, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to hear my point of view on how he thinks he should do things. And I guess it's more of a stubborn thing, but it's just, yeah, we can find some middle ground. I don't want to. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, and I think had I ran into my kids when they were older, it'd be a lot more difficult. I think if your kids are already teenagers, I think you're going to hear the whole, you're not my real dad and stuff like that. Like I think that gets a little tougher. And I'm not telling you guys not to date women that have kids. What I'm saying is just be aware that it's really hard for a single mom to raise a kid, and then for having guys coming in and out of the picture. Like, I think be really considerate of that. If you are going to do it, if you're on the fence about it, like like you don't even know if that relationship's going to work out, and you haven't even met the kids yet, me personally, I'd say walk away. I mean, you might fall in love with the kid, but if you don't, and that's kind of like the deal breaker, especially I'm talking about the kids, the guys that don't have kids, man, don't put her through that. Like,
and the kids through that, they're gonna keep seeing you here, and then you're gone, then you're back, then you're gone.
Or different guys, like, yeah. Man, I'm telling you, it takes a real man, a whole different kind of breed to raise somebody else's kids. Because let me tell you, it's not like raising your own, in a sense of you still have to value the other dad's opinion. Where go up to anybody that you know and tell them you shouldn't raise your kid like that. See what he tells you. See what she tells you. Now, when you're with a relationship with somebody, that's what you're gonna come across, because at the end of the day, they're still my stepkids, and I still have their dad that I have to respect his opinion and all that. Like, I can't just raise them the same way as I do Noah. But here's the thing about that is I treat my kids the same way. So it goes back to the whole, if you guys watch our other video we haven't about spanking your stepkids, I treat my kids all the same. So if I never told you and you saw us out in public, I'm telling you, you guys wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Like, I treat all my kids the same. And I think if you were gonna go into that, you have to have that understanding. You have to raise those
Yeah.
kids like they're your own.
Yeah, you got to talk about it, guys. It's something that, and I know at the beginning when the guy or the girl, whoever has kids, they're dating, they're not gonna take their kids on the date. They're gonna be with the other parent. You're gonna be dating. It's gonna just be you and them. You're not gonna have any sign of kids, whether you or they have any kids, whatever. It's just gonna be a fresh relationship. And then once the kid comes in, everything gets thrown off balance. You gotta talk about it. It's part of you. It's gonna be part of the relationship to have another adult or even another set of adults raising the kids. There's gonna be situations at school. I mean, you really have to talk about it. Don't think that it's not gonna come up, because it is.
And you can't go into it. That's why I'm telling you, it's a man. You can't go into it as a boy mentality. You can't make your stepkids choose between you and their stepdad or their dad and their stepdad. Like, you can't, and even their mom. Like, you have to understand that you can't put them in the middle of it. You can't make them choose, hey, who are you gonna go with when you go to like an event, like when you play baseball and all that. You can't. I think that's the harder thing to be. Like, you're, as a step parent, you're kind of, I'm not gonna say the outcast, but at the end of the day, it's their biological mom and their biological dad. It's just a whole different scenario, and it's just something that you really, really have to think about before you walk into it.
Yeah, not even just, and don't think about it, please don't think about it as a selfish thing, like just you and the significant other. The kid is also involved. So even like you brought up, after the baseball game, now the kid's like, oh, I think everybody needs to just go up to the kid and, you know, you got to nourish the kid. You can't make him or her feel uncomfortable either. Like, it gets really weird for them, especially at a certain age, and be like, I don't want to deal with you guys. And then they start to really pull themselves away from you and not want to be around any of you.
And I think it makes it even harder for the kid to talk to you, to open up to you. Like, it's just really tough, especially if either one of you is a boy. Like, if the biological dad is a boy or the stepdad's a boy. Like, if you have that boy mentality, it makes it really difficult for the kids. And like he was saying, if you walk away from that situation and that kid really grew attached to you, imagine what it's doing to him. That's yeah, you gotta walk into that really thinking about the whole thing.
Again, guys, if you have any other topics that we can talk about for you, get more people to chime in and comment about it on our vlogs. Let us know in the comments or send us an email.
Yeah, I'll put the email on top. Huge shout out for the people that are reaching out to us, man. We really, really appreciate it. We really love talking about stuff like this. It's stuff that we didn't even think about, that you guys are thinking about, so it helps us connect with you guys a little bit more, which is what we make this channel for. So if you guys don't want to be shouted out, hey, we're more than happy. Just hit us up on our email. It's thehype4@yahoo.com.
All right, guys. Once again, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification. When the bell notification comes up, click all so you can get notified every time we drop a new video.
Yeah. Love y'all. God bless. To the next one. GoPro.
That's on some Othello. Heaven on earth, can you really feel it? That's heaven on earth. These demons, man, just kick them out of curve. What's worse, turn your back against God and put us on a curse.